The invisible anchor: you are sitting in a quiet room, staring at a decision you need to make. Your heart rate rises slightly as you weigh the options, convinced you are evaluating the situation with absolute logic and complete freedom. You believe your mind is a transparent window, viewing the world exactly as it is, untethered by outside forces. But beneath the surface of your awareness, an invisible script is already being written. Your brain, in a desperate bid to save energy, is quietly cutting corners, distorting your memory, and tilting your choices before you even consciously think about them. You aren't seeing reality, you are seeing a carefully edited preview. Why do our minds so consistently trick us into believing we are in control, even when we are driving on autopilot? The answer lies in a hidden flaw within human nature, a psychological phenomenon that shapes your relationships, your wealth, and your daily peace of mind without you ever noticing. The cost of free lunches, the zero price effect. The setup. Imagine walking into a local cafe and noticing a sign for a free gourmet truffle. Your interest spikes, and you join the queue, feeling a small rush of excitement over getting something for nothing. You didn't even want chocolate 5 minutes ago, but now it feels essential. The psychology. This sudden, intense shift in value is driven by what behavioral scientists call the zero price effect. Research suggests that when an item becomes entirely free, our brains tend to bypass a standard risk-benefit analysis, often leading us to value the item significantly more than we otherwise would. The insight. In daily life, this cognitive shortcut means we frequently overpay for free things with our most valuable currencies: time, attention, and mental energy. We download apps we don't need, sit through agonizing presentations, or stay in draining situations simply because the initial financial cost was zero. The bridge. Myth versus reality. We think free items save us resources, but reality shows they often cost us our freedom of choice. The weight of the past, the sunk cost fallacy. The setup. Consider the half-finished online course you abandoned months ago, or the expensive gym membership you rarely use but refuse to cancel. Every month, the fee leaves your bank account, and every month you promise yourself that tomorrow will be the day you finally make it worth the investment. The psychology. You are experiencing the sunk cost fallacy, a deeply ingrained bias explored extensively by psychologists like Daniel Kahneman. Studies indicate that humans possess a powerful, evolutionary aversion to loss, making us more likely to continue investing fresh resources into a failing endeavor just to avoid facing the pain of wasted past efforts. The insight. By trying to honor what you have already lost, you inadvertently sentence your future self to lose even more. True emotional and financial intelligence begins the moment you realize that your past investments are gone forever, regardless of what path you choose to take next. The bridge. Are you maintaining habits because they genuinely serve your future, or are you just trying to justify your past? The mirror of consensus, social proof. The setup. Picture yourself browsing online for a new pair of headphones. You find a pair that looks perfect, but then you notice it has only 2 reviews. Suddenly, you hesitate, clicking away to find a slightly inferior pair that boasts thousands of 4-star ratings and enthusiastic comments. The psychology. This reliance on the crowd is known as social proof, a core pillar of communication psychology popularized by Robert Cialdini. When faced with ambiguity, our brains frequently treat the behavior of others as valid data, assuming that a crowded path is inherently a safe path. The insight. While this instinct kept our ancestors alive in unpredictable environments, in the modern world, it often breeds a quiet conformity. When we let collective opinion dictate our taste, our careers, and our personal values, we slowly trade our unique perspective for the comfort of the crowd. The bridge. When everyone thinks alike, everyone is likely outsourcing their thinking. The projection of self, the spotlight effect. The setup. You walk into a crowded party or a crucial business meeting, instantly feeling like every eye is fixed on the slight stain on your shirt or the minor stumble in your greeting. You become intensely self-conscious, certain that your flaws are magnified on a giant screen for everyone to judge. The psychology. In reality, far fewer people noticed than you imagined, a phenomenon cognitive psychologists call the spotlight effect. Research indicates that because we are the absolute center of our own universes, we mistakenly project our intense self-focus onto the people around us, vastly overestimating how much they care. The insight. Understanding this bias brings a profound sense of psychological liberation. Once you accept that most people are far too consumed with their own internal spotlights to notice yours, the heavy burden of constant public scrutiny simply evaporates, leaving room for genuine confidence. The bridge. This freedom, however, reveals an even deeper question about how we measure our progress. The moving horizon, hedonic adaptation. The setup. Think back to a time when you believed that landing a specific job, achieving a certain income, or finding a particular relationship would permanently secure your happiness. You finally achieved it, felt an incredible rush of joy, but within a few weeks, that extraordinary milestone simply became your new normal. The psychology. This psychological treadmill is driven by hedonic adaptation, a concept heavily studied by researchers like Daniel Gilbert. Our emotional systems are brilliantly designed to return to a stable baseline after major life events, ensuring we stay hungry, motivated, and constantly searching for the next milestone. The insight. If you believe happiness is a fixed destination at the end of a checklist, you will spend your entire life chasing a horizon that recedes with every step you take. Lasting fulfillment is found not in the acquisition of the goal, but in appreciating the baseline itself. The bridge. Myth versus reality. We believe achievement creates permanent happiness, but biology ensures success is merely a temporary state of mind. The architecture of contentment. Ultimately, our minds are not passive recorders of the world, but active creators of our subjective experience. The biases, shortcuts, and illusions that feel like flaws are actually evolutionary tools, designed for survival but occasionally mismatched for the complexities of modern life. By recognizing the invisible scripts running in the background, you gain the rare ability to pause, question your automatic reactions, and rewrite your choices. True wisdom isn't about achieving a flawless mind, it is about developing the grace to navigate an imperfect one with clarity and intent. William James famously argued that the way we learn to direct our thoughts ultimately shapes the entire quality and direction of our lives. In our next episode, we will explore the hidden mechanics of human connection, mapping the secret anxieties that dictate who we trust and why we love. Until then, take a closer look at your choices this week, and gently ask yourself who is truly making them. Subscribe to Cortex Lab to continue decoding the human mind.